gotta find mine. So 7:10, Finance Committee will bring the Finance Committee meeting to order. Agenda item number 1, petitions by citizens on non-agenda items. Unless JR has anything to say, I think we'll move on to number 2, donations. So we brought this up at the utility meeting last week about how we want to handle donations to organizations within the city, and I guess technically within the county and surrounding area. And if we want to potentially give the mayor and Sarah some leeway so we don't have to approve every single expenditure. I personally think that's a good idea, just because having a committee meeting today spends more money than us donating $250 to somebody. Sarah, you sent us how much we've done in the past historically, correct?
Correct.
You want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so typically we have done small sponsorships for, say, Port of West Palica. We usually do a $250 sponsorship. We have always done the Christmas walk. We do a $250 sponsorship that helps pay the cost of the carriage ride. We have done the Songs for Soldiers sponsorship. That's a larger one for $4,000. And then we've done the Lou Family Fest. That's around $200. The first year we did it, and $250 the second year. And then other random ones like the Mass Playbill for $300. A Day in the Trades was $250.
Well, but looking at this, there was 8 of them last year, and 6 of them were 300 or less. 1 was 300, and then the other 5 were 250.
Right.
So I thought if we could, the big ticket items, I think obviously we need to still talk about those when you're talking about $4,000 for Sergeant Soldiers or something.
I agree.
But if we could just make a number and say $250 for local events up to a number, let them have the discretion to do it, and then we don't have to keep having these meetings. Just kind of put a system in place to let them do that. And I don't know what that top number would be. I mean, it doesn't need to be a ton, based on
I mean, if you do 300 times 10, that's $3,000. Just set that, earmark that in the budget, and we don't have to use it, right?
We do not.
And it would come from the hotel motel tax.
So hotel motel tax is generally tourism funds. So that would be events that you believe will draw outside of a 50-mile range.
Okay.
So these more local events probably wouldn't fit that. It would probably come out of community relations.
Okay. But that, like I said,
But even if you set like a limit, that wouldn't be a limit that we would be trying to attain.
right.
We would be staying under that limit.
That's what I'm getting at.
Right.
If we would get to the point where we would exceed it, then we'd have to come to the council and,
Right.
and amend the budget or approve
Yeah.
further things.
And sometimes we split the sponsorships if we feel like it could be a tourism-driven event. If it's a larger event, sometimes we'll say, okay, we'll take half out of community relations, half out of economic
Right.
development. It all just depends on what the event is.
Like Songs for Soldiers, I think we
Correct.
pull
We
from.
split that.
Yeah, that comes from a hotel. So, a level of this, I guess, a kind of oversight, because once we make a program like this, it's going to be around forever. That's the way these things work. And it's not a reflection on this council or this mayor, but I thought there should be a council, some sort of council oversight to this, and I talked to Stan about this. Whether it be a council member has to sponsor it before it can be approved by one of you, or Stan suggested that the finance chair would have to sign off on it as well, just so there's more than one person giving $3,000 to their
And I
grandkids' baseball
thought the
team.
finance chair basically is the correct person.
That's
because
fine.
then we don't have to, I don't have to find someone else to do that. So if Sarah and I think it's a good idea, we want to invite you, whoever.
Because I'm the finance chair
at that
right
time,
now, right?
And we all 3 agree and we move forward. The
That's,
only thing left is whatever you decide on the amount.
That would be only for the ones with the pre-approved amount and potentially a capped frequency, X number of times a year.
Yes.
right. Or I guess a total.
Yeah.
Because you could do
Yeah.
$3,100 ones if you do 3,000.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
that's where my mind was on this.
Yeah.
And I say 300 is probably, I think you set 300 as the max because that's kind of the low dollar amount that we did for the mask playbill. And I don't know, how much do we get paid for one of these? I don't even remember. So,
That one was 300, right?
no, I'm saying for a committee.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
What do we pay for a
100 for
committee?
you and 75 for everyone else on it.
So,
Okay. So that exceeds what we're
right.
discussing. So,
Not on the committee, but I have a comment I'd like to make. Does this
Sure.
mean also that any of those that would be approved would have to be 501c3s? Are we looking at that?
No.
We're not.
I think
So it's just any type of
Community
is there a
donation.
qualification for the donation?
Well, in the past, basically, we have done very few of them. But they have to be they have to relate directly to the city to benefit the city.
Right.
We're not going out and searching for something. When they come to us, if they don't come to us, they don't come to us. But when they do come to us, we look at it as, is this going to have some direct benefit either on downtown or in Waterloo? And if it's not, just got to shake our heads and say, sorry, we don't do that.
because is the mask a 501c3? I don't know.
You start to open up having, we've got 10 or 15 of these available. Encourage.
I don't think we have, I think we have 0 available.
Well, that's the thing, I don't look at it that way, but if that,
We have 0 available.
So take away the number I said. We're discussing this in public. We know people now know that they can apply to the city for some type of grant or information. So what are those parameters? Much like we have other parameters.
I don't think this is a grant. I think
Yeah,
it's for an event.
that's the kind of thing, maybe it's semantics, but I would look at it as less of a grant and more of
Yeah, it's an
marketing.
event.
sponsorship.
Advertising.
So are there
It's an
parameters
event we're
on the
sponsoring.
event? The sponsorship on the
I think that's-
or organizers.
Yeah, I think that's kind of thing. Do we think it's worth us as an advertiser, a marketer? Do we think we would see the ROI in people seeing our name on that playbill or on the banner at the event or whatever that gets us?
Right.
Well,
Or
I think that's the whole point of giving, the mayor and community relations and the finance
Right.
director the ability to make the call, right? They can get the letter from the organizations like we have here that was submitted to us, read about it, the organizer can tell us who's the benefactor, what it's all about, and then it's for them to decide, does it benefit Waterloo? Is there a benefit to the city? Is there a benefit to our residents? Is there a benefit to our local businesses to help this event happen?
So we get requests now, Sarah and I talk about it, and the vast majority of the time, it's a no. I mean, you don't see it because it's a no. It doesn't benefit us the way that it should.
Yeah,
That wouldn't change.
I'm not of the opinion we should be giving money out to people for most things, personally. But, yeah. I just think having committee meetings for this
Right.
is silly. We're spending more of the people's
Right.
money talking about.
So I think probably what actually started this one, the last committee, the last meeting, was the one in Fountain. So obviously, you're not going to rent a room at Fountain.
Right.
And if they draw 500, 600, 700 people out there, if some of them stay, are they going to stay in Valmar? Are they going to stay here? Are they going to stay in Columbia? Where are they going to stay? If we get a very small percentage of that number that actually either come here to eat or a few of them to spend the night, then whatever small amount of money that we give them as a sponsorship to have our name on it is well worth it. But again, that's in a county but not very close to us.
But that fundraiser also benefits the city because it's going back into House and Neighborly Service.
Yes.
And then in turn helps
Right.
with city bills and people in the community as well.
So there's a direct correlation right there. Even if 0 came from up there, it's still helping every service.
Again, we get these requests pretty often, and the answer is normally no.
I feel like
Joel, if I make a motion.
I
Could,
believe.
could some of those no's, or one of those no's, and we've never had it happen, I guess, but could they come to the city council and appeal that no? Would you allow that? I mean, before the city council, I think the city council is kind of shooting that committee, those 3 members in the foot then by letting them do
I
that.
think probably if it doesn't come through a committee, because if someone wants to actually decide or say that they actually want that, they just agree with us, it should be coming to a committee meeting, not council. Because these are the committees that actually decide, that recommend it to council. They could come in as on a non-agenda item, but I'm not sure
I mean,
where you go.
that would be your recourse, yeah. You'd come and say it at the beginning, and then we'd probably have a committee meeting after that.
But keep in mind, as far as the years I've been here, no one has ever come to council and said, we want to appeal.
Sure, and I'm not saying that's happening. I'm just wondering.
That'd
Most of them
be
know
your
the-
recourse, though.
Most of them know the answer when they ask.
That's true.
So I guess we need a motion to allow up to X amount of dollars per transaction. We'll say 300. I think that's because that fits all the lower bills and things. And up to how much? 3,000 per year without further council approval, with the approval of the mayor, community relations, and the finance chair. Make sense?
Yes, and what, do you want to put once a year, Sarah brings it back up and we can revisit it once a year?
That's fine with me.
And if it needs to go over 300, then
Then it has to go through
Has to.
Then same stuff.
any other thing.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So if it goes over 300 and the meeting is 750, I mean, where are we going?
Utility.
true.
Yeah, what if,
Yeah, utility.
what if,
A meeting we're already together for.
It's the price of doing business, though. You set rules and you follow them. It costs you right to run it, then so be it.
Right.
I feel like the only 2 we have right now that is high ticket is Songs for Soldiers and possibly the music festival.
The ones
Okay.
the ones that are outside of this, we most certainly need to
Right.
talk about, either in a utility meeting or a specific meeting,
Right.
but
Finance committee meeting.
Well, I think we need to look at it too. You 3 will bring it to the council if you have those questions. If you have
Yes.
some doubt about
Right.
it, you're
Right.
going to bring it to us. So.
yeah.
I think that's fair.
So did you make the motion, Joel, or did I?
I was just clarifying what the motion was for Michelle.
I've got 300 to 3,000.
Yep.
3 people?
The
Three
mayor,
people.
finance.
It's not 300 to 3,000, or 3,000 is the limit.
That's the total.
300 per,
Right.
3,000 is the total for the
Yes,
annual.
per transaction.
3,000 per transaction.
No,
No.
300 per transaction, up to 3,000 total
Total.
Annual.
annually, budget year wise.
Gotcha.
Got it.
That's what I thought
So there's not a maximum, or is 300 the maximum
300 is the maximum per event,
per event?
per
sponsorship.
transaction, donation,
Per event.
sponsorship,
Per event.
300 maximum per event with a $3,000 yearly
Yeah.
budget.
And if it exceeds that, it has to go through a committee or a
Yes.
utility meeting. Got it. So I'll entertain a motion on that, I guess.
I'll make it.
Kyle first,
I'll second.
in a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none. Do we need to talk about the one?
Do you want to go
Weird.
ahead while you're together?
Yeah, let's do that real fast. We got a little bit of time. What was that again? How much for it?
This is the Monroe County Music Festival. All of the proceeds go towards House and Neighborly Service, as Tina stated.
So why are we talking about this?
Because it was brought up
Well,
last
that's the
time and we
reason
kicked it to
the
the committee
was-
meeting.
But I'm saying we just built this, so now you 3 talk about it, and
Does that need to be?
that's the whole point of this thing, I thought.
Does that?
Okay.
Okay.
is it over the threshold?
No. I mean,
Oh.
there's all different levels.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
didn't know if.
All right. Never mind then. We'll talk about it. That. Everybody's okay okay with that. So we'll move to comments. Any comments for anybody? Gary looks like he has a comment.
Nope, no comments.
All right.
So we're limiting the Monroe County Music Festival to the 300.
Potentially, if we wanted to go above it, we'd have to talk about it. Yeah.
Right.
That's why I thought we'd
That's
do it
I
now.
I understood.
But
All right. I think that should wrap up the committee meeting. I'll take a motion to adjourn. Kyle, first.
Second.
Matt, second. We're out at 7:25.
No, definitely.